Every budget you've ever failed to keep has a secret co-author, your friends. Most people think their financial life is a private war waged against temptation, a simple matter of willpower. This is a battle between two titanic forces, the stoic individual you want to be, and the social animal you actually are. Both have a legitimate claim on your bank account, and the winner determines your future. Where do you stand? By the end of this, you might change your mind. The argument for pure self-reliance is seductive. It's the gospel of the spreadsheet, the creed of the budgeting app. This philosophy states that you are the sole architect of your financial destiny. Your income, your expenses, your savings rate, these are your numbers. They belong to you. Your choices, and your choices alone, dictate the outcome. To believe anything else is to surrender your agency, to become a victim of circumstance. This mindset fuels entire movements, from the austere discipline of Dave Ramsey's followers to the radical saving of the financial independence, retire early community. They are living proof that individuals can defy their environments. You find stories of people digging their way out of mountains of debt while their family and friends continue to spend. You see young professionals in expensive cities saving 50% of their income, turning down pricey dinners and lavish vacations that their colleagues consider normal. Their success rests on a single pillar: personal responsibility. The internal logic is flawless. It's about building systems. It's about automating your savings, so the money is gone before you can touch it. It's about tracking every dollar, so you know exactly where your leaks are. It's about having clear goals that make the small daily sacrifices feel meaningful. When you want to buy a house in 5 years, the $60 brunch with friends is a tiny piece of your future that you're trading for avocado toast. According to this model, your friends' habits are merely data points. They are background noise. You are the signal. If they choose to lease a new BMW, that's their decision. It has no bearing on your choice to drive a 10-year-old Honda and invest the difference. Blaming your friends for your own overspending is the ultimate cop-out, a convenient excuse to avoid the hard work of self-control. It places the blame externally to protect the ego from the sting of personal failure. The locus of control is internal. You hold the pen, you write your own story. That sounds convincing. It feels powerful, but there's a problem. If financial success were purely a matter of individual willpower and better spreadsheets, the world would be full of millionaires. Why do 92% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? Why does the meticulously crafted budget survive 3 weeks, only to be shattered by a single "you should come out with us" text message? The model of pure self-reliance has a blind spot. It ignores the gravity. Your brain is a conformity machine. It's designed for social cohesion. Survival, for 99% of human history, depended on your ability to fit in with the tribe. Getting kicked out was a death sentence. Your subconscious mind still operates on this ancient software. Every social interaction is a constant, subtle negotiation of your status within the group, and your spending is one of the primary ways you signal your allegiance. It's an invisible calibration that happens below the level of your awareness. Your friend buys a $700 jacket. You don't immediately run out and buy the same one. But a month later, when you're shopping for a new coat, that $200 option that used to feel like a splurge now seems reasonable. The ceiling has been raised without your permission. Your definition of normal has been updated in the background, like a software patch you never approved. Think about the last time you went out for a group dinner. One person suggests a place that's a little pricier than you'd normally choose. No one wants to be the one to say, "Can we go somewhere cheaper?" That single sentence carries an immense social risk. It signals that you can't keep up. It creates friction, so everyone agrees. At the table, one person orders an expensive cocktail, then another. Suddenly, getting a simple water feels awkward, like you're not fully participating. So you get the $12 drink. Someone suggests splitting 3 appetizers for the table. You're not even that hungry, but you nod along. You are paying the price of admission. The money is secondary. The primary transaction is belonging. Every yes is a small deposit in the bank of social cohesion. Every no is a withdrawal. Make too many withdrawals, and your account is closed. This is a documented phenomenon called social contagion. Researchers like Nicholas Christakis at Yale have shown how behaviors and even physical states spread through social networks like a virus. If your friend becomes obese, your own risk of becoming obese increases by 57%. If your friend quits smoking, you are 36% more likely to quit too. These networks transmit norms, they transmit expectations, and they absolutely transmit financial habits. The data on lottery winners is a tragic case study. A vast majority lose it all within a few years. Their social world transforms. Suddenly, they're expected to pay for everything. Their friends and family, who used to live on similar budgets, now have a completely different expectation. The normal they once shared is shattered. To maintain those relationships, they have to spend in ways that were once unimaginable. The pressure to conform to a new, wealthier identity becomes an unbearable financial burden. And yet, this environmental model has its own blind spot. It can feel hopelessly deterministic, painting you as a passive puppet of your social circle. If your friends determine your spending, and their friends determine theirs, where does change ever begin? This framework fails to account for the agent, the trendsetter, the one person in the group who decides to run a marathon, and 3 years later, half the friend group are runners. It fails to account for the friend who starts a book club, or the one who gets serious about investing and starts talking about index funds instead of nightclubs. Environments are powerful, they are created, and they can be curated. The system doesn't account for the person who chooses their system. The truth is more complex. You live in a constant state of tension between your individual ambition and your social wiring. Between autonomy and belonging, these are two of the most fundamental human needs, and they are often in direct opposition. Your desire for financial independence is a drive for autonomy. Your desire to go on the group vacation to Mexico is a drive for belonging. Your bank statement is simply the ledger where the results of this conflict are recorded. Every transaction is a vote for one side or the other. This is the core tension. You can't maximize both. To gain more of one, you must sacrifice a little of the other. The person who retires at 40 by saving 70% of their income has almost certainly made significant sacrifices in their social life. They miss the spontaneous trips, the celebratory dinners, the weddings abroad. The person who is the life of the party, always there for every event, has a social life rich in connection. They also likely have a savings rate that reflects the cost of that constant participation. It's just a trade-off. What most people miss is that you don't just absorb your friends' spending, you absorb their aspirations. You absorb their definition of a good life. If their idea of a successful weekend involves bottle service at a club, that value system seeps into your own thinking, even if you never buy a bottle yourself. If their idea of a milestone is a down payment on a house, that goal starts to feel more urgent and important to you. The most powerful form of social influence is the slow, quiet colonization of your desires. You begin to want what they want. The lines blur between your own authentic goals and the ones you've passively inherited from your environment. You think you're chasing your dream, but you're actually chasing a slightly modified version of your best friend's dream, and this dynamic has been supercharged. Your 3 closest friends are no longer just the people you see in person. They are the hundreds of curated personalities you follow on social media. The fitness influencer with the perfect kitchen, the travel blogger on a perpetual holiday, the tech founder celebrating their latest funding round. The mechanism of social comparison is the same. The calibration of normal happens regardless. You are now averaging your life against a global, optimized, and often entirely fictional standard. Your local tribe's spending habits were once a containable force. The digital tribe is infinite. Its standards are impossible. The pressure is relentless. Trying to fight this with a spreadsheet alone is like trying to dam a tsunami with a garden spade. So what do? You're caught between the stoic ideal of a social creature wired for conformity. One path tells you to build a fortress of discipline, to treat your budget like a sacred text and your willpower like an infinitely deep well. It is a lonely path, but it promises control. The other path suggests that your willpower is a finite resource, easily exhausted by the constant, invisible gravity of your social world. It implies that the most powerful financial decision you can make has nothing to do with your bank account. It has to do with your phone contacts. This forces a brutal question. Where is the real point of leverage for changing your financial life? Is it in the inward-facing battle of self-discipline, downloading a better app, reading another book on frugal living, and learning to say no more often? Or is it in the outward-facing high-stakes audit of the very people you call your friends? When your future is on the line, what do you change first, your habits or your habitat?